Support WrestleTalk!
Visit WrestleTalk.com. How should WWE book Seth Rollins for WrestleMania 34? I'm Ollie Davis, this is Luke Gowen, and welcome to WrestleRamble. So, Rollins hasn't had the best luck in recent forever, because every WrestleMania he leads up to, he gets injured beforehand. So he missed WrestleMania 31.
Not every WrestleMania.
Not everyone. Last year's WrestleMania, it was hanging in the balance because Samoa Joe injured his knee, and he was meant to have that big blow-off feud with Triple H at Mania, and it went right up until the week of the show to get cleared. And now this year, Seth Rollins, thankfully, is fine himself, although Dave Meltzer did report that he had a back injury, but then Seth Rollins said that was fake news, and Meltzer has since backed away from saying that. And
backed away, I see what you did
backed away. That was just bad repetition, not any kind of pun. But everyone else around him most of the people around him seemed to be getting into feuds. So the original plan was for Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, after their SummerSlam win, to team together and be the Shield tag team. And then Dean Ambrose finally turns heel on Seth Rollins. They have a match at WrestleMania. But then in December, Dean Ambrose got a tricep injury. Well, actually, 2 months prior he got the tricep injury. But because he's a frickin' Iron Man, he worked through it. And then they were like, no, you need to get this sorted. So he's out for 9 months. They change tact and go with Jason Jordan. They make a Franken team. They win the belts together. It's all going well. You've got a nice dynamic with Kurt Angle in there as well. It looks like they're building towards a Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins implosion in the Elimination Chamber. Apparently, those two were pegged to have the final 2 spots. So The Miz and Finn Balor were going to feud together, and Rollins and Jordan were going to have the Elimination Chamber spots. But, you know, Jordan is now injured himself. He's got a neck injury. He's just had minor neck surgery. So Jordan's out for at least the road to WrestleMania, I suppose. So what do you do with Seth Rollins?
Well, that's the quandary, and that's the title of this video,
Yes.
is what we should do, or what WWE should do next with Rollins. And it's a tough one, really, because
You don't want anyone else to get injured
Well-
just by putting them in the feud.
well, actually, what I was going to say was, all of your top guys, to steal a revival-ism, all of your top guys are already kind of programmed into WrestleMania feud. So it's kind of hard to then sandwich Seth into something, because you can't just leave him off the card. Not one of your top guys like a Rollins. So you kind of need to now fudge a storyline where he can get involved into a WrestleMania level feud. Be it on the pre-show, be it on the main card. You need to get Rollins in there. But kind of plans are already in place. So what do you want to fudge him into a storyline? Do you want to take someone out of a storyline and change those plans to put Rollins into a new storyline with them? What do? What are your thoughts?
Well, I was going to make a joke. The answer is obvious. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, of course.
But there was actually a report, because the Andre the Giant movie, the big documentary by HBO, I think it is, is coming out this year. Apparently WWE are actually going to treat the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal like a thing.
Do you want to hear my prediction as well for WrestleMania?
Lay it on me.
They're going to hold the first ever all-female Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But it's going to be the China Memorial Battle Royal. Because she's the 9th wonder of the world.
That's poetically justified, definitely. But man, you can't have a kid seeing the word China then Googling China.
Because they might find stuff about dictators.
Yes. Yeah, Mao.
And other kind of dictators.
Of course, this is not our thoughts. This is apparent. Triple H's reasoning why China isn't in the Hall of Fame.
But things change. He's dead now.
So maybe Rollins, they could book him in a feud to potentially win that. I don't think so. I'm worried that Cesaro and Sheamus will just feud with Seth Rollins forever.
Man, they could do. We could do this all the way up till SummerSlam next year or this year.
But a whole year, the anniversary of this feud that's just been driven into the ground,
where people have just like crashed and burned throughout, but Seth Rollins stands tall with his fiery pants.
Man, how could you make me sour and bored of Claudio Castagnoli versus Tyler Black? And so I've written down a few options. I think the most natural thing to do based on the Jason Jordan storyline, is for Seth Rollins to work with Kurt Angle.
That's quite a good one. I like that. Yeah, I hadn't considered.
Because what's Kurt going to do at Mania at the moment?
Well, I mean, by the looks of things, Kurt isn't programmed to do anything at Mania. Because I always thought it was going to be either Kurt and Triple H, or it was going, because they kind of were working on that around Survivor Series last year. Then I thought it was going to be Kurt and Jason Jordan, because and my plan would be the reveal that Jason Jordan isn't actually his son. It was all a big ruse all along. But I suppose that if Angle hasn't got anything to do, programming him with Rollins is probably a good thing. You had that angle on Raw where Rollins called Jason a son of a bitch. So maybe you can play off that and build that into a storyline moving forward.
Or maybe Kurt starts to blame Rollins unjustified for his Jordan's injury, but that does start to make Angle a more heelish figure.
But what's brilliant,
would be great. I mean, that would be good though.
Well, maybe. But what's great about that as well is that you can still have Jordan involved in this. You can have him in backstage segments with the neck brace and stuff. I mean, you'd have to take Kurt. Is Kurt Axel still wearing his, or is he out of that now?
What's that?
Remember Curtis Axel was wearing the neck brace gimmick?
Yeah.
Does he still do that?
He wasn't on this week's episode.
No,
it was
he
only
wasn't.
Bo Dallas.
I can't remember. But anyway, I mean, if he is still doing it, you take it off Curtis Axel. And then you can have him in these backstage segments still, and at ringside for WrestleMania. His dad versus what he thinks is his best friend. Although it's not really his best friend, but he thinks it's a best friend.
Or maybe, because I don't want to turn anyone heel leading into WrestleMania, at least Seth Rollins or Kurt Angle. So maybe Kurt could still work babyface, but he's obviously being manipulated by Jordan.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you keep Jordan in the mix there, that could be a way.
Could I
tell me your idea?
Well, actually, I'm just going to bouncing off of your idea is you don't have to turn either one of them babyface. You can just have Seth Rollins come out and say like, "Look, I've got nothing for WrestleMania. You are doing nothing for me for WrestleMania. So the only person I want to fight is you, Kurt Angle." You know, have an in-ring segment with him. Kurt Angle says like, "I'm the GM. I'm not going to get into a WrestleMania match with you, Seth Rollins." But then have Rollins going on a tear, like ruining matches, putting people into holes, putting people in ankle locks, doing Angle's moves, saying like, if you're not going to have a WrestleMania match, I'm just going to keep ruining Raw until you finally accept a match with me. Neither man turns heel. You keep it as a babyface thing, but Angle's almost and then you got Jason Jordan goading him into the match. So maybe you could work something around that way. My idea is slotting him into the Balor Miz feud and turning that into a triple threat.
Yes, that was another one I had.
Yeah, because you got that. It keeps Rollins rather in a high profile match, and also you can still have Jason Jordan involved in that because Jordan can be like, "Hey, he's got the Miz Taraj, he's got the Balor Club. You need some backup." That backup is Champions Club, and then you have him involved. You can still have him involved at ringside, cheering on Seth Rollins like like a cheerleader, but a cheerleader that Rollins doesn't want or need.
Yeah.
And you can have some nice some back and forth with them. So that's kind of what I would do as well. I think that would also guarantee then that Balor Miz would be on the main card rather than the pre-show, where it feels like at the moment it's destined to be. Actually, no, the Miz is in the match and they love the Miz, so maybe it won't be.
I've got one more name that we all kind of have forgotten about because he's injured. Samoa Joe.
Yeah, but we had that last year and it wasn't all that great.
But I'm just trying to think of WWE's mindset. I would definitely prefer, I think of all of these things we've suggested, that triple threat's the best way to go for the Intercontinental title. Don't really like the idea of Rollins versus Kurt Angle the more we talk about it. But
it's your idea.
If you think but you ruined it. I'm trying to think of WWE's, if they get lazy, which they sometimes do. Like, Samoa Joe, his plans have been scuppered by injury. Oh, now Seth Rollins. Let's put those two together, even though historically they've had very little in-ring chemistry. That wasn't a good feud last year.
No, it's always Kane.
So now we're going to jump back in time because we pre-recorded something. It is the tiebreaker of the January predictions because, of course, I won the fantasy booking, you won the Royal Rumble predictions, we drew on NXT and Lady Partner predictions, so it was all coming down to this. So here it is, we're going to play it, WWE edition of Watch Your Mouth. You can get this using the link in the video description below, if I've remembered to put it in there. So, this is a game which is essentially built around making people look stupid, but in the most fun way possible, as we're about to see. So, okay, how to play This is the tiebreaker.
Do you want me to just say this is the easiest way possible? Rather than
Which
you trying
is?
to read through the rules, because you're meant to play this in groups of 2 and 3, but unfortunately there's only 2 of us.
We haven't got enough friends.
So what we're going to do is one of us is going to have the mouthpiece in their mouth, and the other one is going to be trying to guess what we're saying. The person who has the most correct guesses at the end wins. That's the basic gist of what we're doing. And it's all things like, it might be a wrestler's name, it might be a catchphrase, it might be a move, it might be a pay-per-view. For example...
Let's do some examples. We've got Bret the Hitman Hart here.
Yeah.
Of course, a tough thing to say with this in your mouth. To get those B's and
that's
P's,
right, yeah.
The S's, those are going to be problematic.
Survivor Series.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking, that's a catchphrase rather than a wrestler.
Would you put some inflection on that, like a... would you like try and do a Rock impression?
That's good, and an eyebrow.
And an eyebrow, yeah.
So it says here that there are 2 ways to play it. The legit way, where you just do it pure voice, so you can't give any visual clues, or open season, which I think is going to be more fun, where we're free reign to do whatever we want to do with our hands.
Yes.
Not, completely free reign. Within reason.
Within reason. This is YouTube, after all.
Yeah. So the player that has gone the longest without brushing their teeth goes first.
So it would be a question of, when did you brush your teeth this morning?
It would have been 7:20 a.m. around then.
Mine was later than that, because I did mine just before I left the house.
So, so that means
you go first.
I've got the stinkier teeth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought, yes, I did it earlier, but
no, it just means you just get to go first.
Okay.
So if you take the middle deck and just like cut it in half and take the because we've seen a couple of them.
Luke is a serious board game player.
I don't like to mess around with things. I don't like advantages.
Okay, so first, it's gonna. This is 4 rounds, and maybe like if it's still a tiebreaker.
Well, it shouldn't be a tiebreaker. Well, we'll see. I suppose.
Yeah, we've got 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Right. So let me put this in first.
Yeah. The fat bit goes to the bottom.
Yep. To catch spit, maybe. It's not built like that. Okay. Of course, you got to wash this. Wash this. How do I look? I can. Oh my god! I can see myself in the mirror. Now. I guess this is... I shouldn't... do you want me...
Okay, so Ollie is now going to take off the first card, and then he's going to start. Okay. I'm going to flip the timer. Unfortunately, you can't see the timer on camera, but we can see it here. Okay. So 3... I've got to try and guess. 3, 2, 1...
Oh, you didn't know?
Road Dog.
You... Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Mick Foley. Have a nice day.
You can't see me.
John Cena, you can't see me.
It's true. It's true.
Cut Angle, it's true.
Can you dig that, sucker?
Booker T, can you dig that?
On the hoogie, I kinda get ya. On the hoogie, and I kinda get ya. On the hoogie,
I'm the Boogeyman.
Yes. The Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble. The Royal
Rumble!
Oh, Christ! Mr. Socko!
Mr. Socko!
That's a good one to say. Hack Oddy drop. It's a hack body drop.
Oh, back body drop? Big back body drop. Oh, that's time. That's time. That's all right, but you don't really want me to get them because you're trying to beat me here. How's your mouth?
And I thought, so how many was that? Because one was a bonus points.
Bonus is worth 2 points.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 points.
10 points.
Good
you've
start.
got to beat. Wait, so that was your score.
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe it should be your score because you're the one who's saying them.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe I could be slow in trying to guess what they are. I think that.
Well, we're playing the best of our abilities.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would say so. But we need to decide now.
I think those are my points.
Those are your points. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
You ready? You got it in? You can do it, man. Get it in now.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is...
Okay.
It's popping out. That's what she said.
Come on, man. If you pinch it, it goes in quite... I got it. Wow.
Okay.
Look at that. So, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
The Glamazon.
The Glamazon.
Master and ruler of the world.
Master and ruler of the world.
Yeah, Psycho Sid.
Oh, Psycho. Okay, okay.
You just made the list.
Chris Jericho.
Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer. The P's are hard.
Latino Heat.
Eddie Guerrero.
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson.
Oh, it's really hurt
Pat
my house.
Patterson.
Hell, you didn't just say that. Tell me.
Tell me. You just...
Didn't-
Booker T.
Yeah. Just when you think you know the answer, I change the question. Just when you think you know the answer, I change the question.
I mean, I know what you're saying. Just when you think you know the answer, I change... I can't remember who that is.
Radio Hi-Ha.
Oh, okay. That's time.
Oh.
That is time. So how many was that?
I gotta take this out.
You can't handle it. 1,
Ow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I had some tough ones in there because I had things like Roddy Piper and I'd say, Psycho Sid. It's not your era.
No.
Ow.
So,
Ow, my mouth.
get used to it. Okay, so I'm going to just take a random cut of another deck. So I won the first round.
How many points did you get?
I got 10.
10,
You
and I got
8.
8. Well, we need to collate those, don't we? Because otherwise there might be an even number at the end. Other way around,
Other
mate.
way.
I've got an ulcer right up here. That's what it was like rubbing against.
Okay,
That's why
get
I was in pain.
ready.
Get ready. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm a hugger.
I'm Bailey.
RKO out of nowhere.
RKO out of nowhere. Randy Orton. That's not his catchphrase.
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Road Dogg.
No. The
Honky Tonk Man.
They will know.
Chris Jericho.
Glorious.
Bobby Roode.
Who?
New Day.
Who? This is Foley's very high. This is Foley's very
Oh, Mrs. Foley's baby boy, Mick Foley.
No. You still got it.
The crowd?
It's just a chant.
Okay.
High second hose.
Oh, Edge and Christian.
Elimination
Elimination Chamber.
What lies within? Oh no, this is tough.
What lies within?
What lies within?
What lies within?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Good Lord, Drew
I can't take
McIntyre.
that on. The perfect 10.
Ty Dillinger.
Steel.
You're out of time.
Done.
That was good. You did well there.
Yeah.
What lies within? Was that an old Drew McIntyre thing?
Maybe the spit. Maybe that was his entrance music.
Yeah, maybe.
3, 4, 5, 6. That was a bonus. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I think this is very unfair because I'm so much better at this game than you are.
No. Maybe I'm better at announcing
I don't
them.
think this is
Got a
right
very
at all.
clear diction.
That's what she said.
So 22 now to beat. Let's make this best of 3. Actually,
Okay.
this is fun though.
I'm gonna lose this.
Damn right you are. Trash talking yourself. Maybe have a stonking round now.
Okay, no, just you
You ready?
Yeah, no, and cranks and face.
You created so many different
Yeah.
piles.
Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Do it with flair.
Ric Flair.
Oh no, daughter.
Charlotte Flair.
Correct. New Day rocks.
New Day.
Yeah. The Heart Foundation.
The Heart Foundation.
Yes. Onside drop.
Bonsai Drop.
Yes. On it down.
Oh, Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Rizango.
Breezango. Fashion Police.
Fools count anywhere.
Fools Count Anywhere.
The power of positivity.
The Power of Positivity.
Evolution.
Evolution.
Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Ministry of Darkness.
Ministry of Darkness.
Lucha.
Just lucha people. Kalisto.
Yes. Oh God! I wined and dined with kings and queens, and I slept in alleys and dined on hawk and reins.
The hell?
He's an American dream.
Oh, Dusty Rhodes.
The Empress of Tomorrow.
Asuka.
The Gobbledygooker.
Okay, you got that. The gobbledygook. You can have that one.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Oh, it's a bonus, was it?
Yeah.
Bollocks. Okay, so what have you got there?
Hold on.
Love that Elsa.
Oh, mate, doesn't it just? So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Coupled with my 8 previously.
25.
25. What was yours?
22.
Oh, what a late comeback! What a late comeback!
Okay. Well, it's best of 4. So let's.
So hang on, now it's best of 4, is
I'm
it?
just saying, like, you know, let's see how this round goes.
Just when you think you've got the answers, you're changing the question.
Okay.
Roddy Piper.
You only know that because it's on you.
And I had a trucker one there because I had to sing Dusty Rhodes' theme song.
Okay, go on.
Okay,
Get
right.
It going.
3, 2, 1, go.
It doesn't matter what your name
The Rock.
Everybody's got a price.
$1 Million Man, Teddy Biasi.
I'm the best in the world of what I do.
CM Punk.
I'm
Jericho.
Rest in.
The Undertaker.
Eat, sleep, suplex, repeat.
Lesnar.
Yeah. Oh, with Elias.
Walk with Elias.
Hang gang.
Oh, Cactus Jack.
Because I'm the Miz, and I'm
Miz,
awesome.
and I'm awesome.
What's up?
R-Truth.
SAWFT. So.
Enzo. And Big Cass. Oh dear.
Really?
Miz.
The Mandible Claw.
Mick Foley. With the Mandible Claw.
Razor's Edge.
Scott Hall. Razor's Edge.
Yeah. You gotta holy. You gotta.
Bo Lee. Bo Dallas.
Yes. Hoodies, they make sure you ain't hoodie.
Okay, well the time's gone, but I'll give you one more time on that one because
Hoodios, they make sure you ain't.
Oh, Bootios.
hoodie.
New Day.
Yeah. I caned that
You
one.
did very well. Unfortunately, now that I feel like I need to cane another final round here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
With your that's 22.
That's
So that's 40. So I need to get 15 or more.
Which is possible.
It is possible.
Oh. Okay, so it's all on this now.
You've got to try.
I'm gonna try.
You can't pretend to be rubbish.
Okay. You ready? You got some cards?
Yes.
Those good cards, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
3. This is all on it.
Mm-hmm.
This is everything.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
A flair for the gold.
A flair for the gold.
The Brother Love Show.
The Brother Love Show.
This is awesome.
This is awesome chant.
Hyper's Hit.
Piper's Pit.
Fight Owens Fight.
Fight Owens Fight, Kevin Owens.
Cody Drop.
Back body drop.
Welcome to the Wasteland.
Welcome to the Laceland?
Wasteland.
Wasteland. Wasteland.
There is Ango's Night.
Ascension.
Yes. The face that runs the place.
AJ Styles. John
yes,
Cena,
it is,
the
yeah.
other one.
The streak is over.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah. And
Undertaker.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
The Princess of Staten Island.
Carmella.
Woo!
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yes. This is my house.
Paige.
Little Miss Bliss.
What?
Little
Miss Bliss. Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Belly to belly suplex.
Belly to belly suplex.
Yeah. Cowboy Bob Orton.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
The excellence of execution.
Oh, so how many is that?
Oh, hang on. I need to take this thing out first. Oh, you got a
Couple of bonus ones in there as well, which might. So I need to get 15 or more. I don't know if I got any enough bonuses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19! Smashed it, mate! I'm sorry.
So I lose
So
the
unfortunate, man. Did well.
Okay, well, put your suggestions for punishment for this month's, January's thing. Damn, my Royal Rumble fantasy booking is so good. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
Yes,
But-
I'm at the mercy of the YouTube comments now.
Yeah, and we did ask for some suggestions for punishments, but I haven't seen anything that's grabbed me just yet. Because I mean, there's almost rules for things. I can't remember if we said this at the end of the pre-record bit that we did.
No.
Where it's nothing to do with hot sauce because we've done that. Nothing to do in public because that's not your bag. It's not really my bag either.
It requires us to have cameras we can take outside as well.
Yeah,
which
we
don't
need something we can more or less just do in studio.
Yeah.
Those
So-
are just skydiving.
Let's see what happens. God, skydiving. I wouldn't be good at that.
I would. I mean, I'm terrified of heights. I'm really bad with flights, and I think we talked about this on the podcast. I'm not great with taking off. In airplanes,
Right?
I'm pretty bad when landing as well.
You do the woo.
I'm pretty bad with landing, but that wouldn't matter so much if you went skydiving because you wouldn't have to do that bit because you're essentially thrown out. I would have to be strapped to someone and that person roll out and I go with them. I couldn't push myself out.
I think that you have to do that for the first. You can't just like walk up there and do it by yourself immediately.
Oh, I hope so.
You need like 20 jumps with someone strapped to your back, and then
20 jumps. Ooh.
it's a lot. My friend did it, and he's like a qualified instructor now.
Yeah.
And he's insane. So we've got some Patreon questions. First up from Hard as Nails, Nick Schiff. To piggyback off your ramble in regards to Rousey on Saturday, you guys talked about the big picture with how she will change the company and the women's division moving forward. I would love to hear your opinions on the specifics, a little speculation if you will. How do you think Rousey will be as an actual wrestler? Do you think she will be able to transition into the role well? Is she better suited as a heel or babyface? What could her gimmick be? What about her finisher? Will they keep her Joan Jett entrance? Speculate and fantasy book away.
Great question. I mean, I'm quite big on Ronda Rousey at the moment. The Saturday video for Patreon viewers, you can see it tomorrow, is about Ronda Rousey in WWE. If you're watching this on the Saturday, it's the next video coming out from WrestleTalk is about Ronda Rousey in WWE. So quite a hot topic for us to talk about at the moment. In terms of the specifics of how we think Rousey will do, I mean, she's been training for the last 6 months or so.
On and off.
On and off with Natalia and people and Brian Kendrick as well. So she should be comfortable enough. They could put her on some house show stuff, train her like what they do with a lot of the women wrestlers in WWE, which is just have them rehearse the match over and over and over again until you can take it out into a live arena. So maybe that will be a way round that. And I think that she should transition into this role well, depending on which character they go with. Because if she is going into a feud with Stephanie and Triple H, as Dave Meltzer has reported, she would naturally be a babyface because she's going against Steph. But if she's going against Charlotte, I think she'd be better suited as the heel rather than going as a babyface. Also, I think that it would be foolish for WWE to just assume that people will cheer Rousey because she's a celebrity. I mean, look what happened when they had Floyd Mayweather. They instantly just thought it was like he's going to be a babyface because people love Floyd Mayweather.
People love money.
People love celebrities who make loads of money. Just
and
look
are
at the
very
Kardashians.
Obnoxious about that.
Oh, look at the Kardashians. People love them. So they kind of incorrectly thought that was going to happen. In the end, during the WrestleMania match, they had to do a bit of a double turn with Big Show. And Floyd Mayweather cheating to win. So I think that they should be smart about this if they're putting her against Charlotte rather, to kind of put her in that heel role, almost like, I mean, I hate to use the term because it just seems lazy, but a female Brock Lesnar.
I can't currently separate Rousey in my head from her debut. And in her debut, she just walked down with this huge grin on her face, like a baby face, like someone who was excited to be there, excited to fight. And, she just looked pure in a way, like a blue-eyed baby face would, sort of, not the underdog status, just because of the amount of context behind her. So I don't know if she were to then suddenly come out in the build to WrestleMania, say, presented as a badass heel Brock Lesnar type, which would be the natural fit. Chuck Paul Heyman with her. She, I can see them doing that, and I probably think they should do it. But in my head, it just doesn't gel with how she was debuted. I'm worried. So this is more speculation on what WWE will do rather than what I want them to do. I get the feeling WWE are going to continue to present her as this smiling, pointing megastar because she's the head honcho. She's the representative of this really renewed, hugely financially invested women's movement in WWE now. And it's easier, I suppose, from a PR standpoint, to have her as this happy babyface person in the ring, and to then transition into interviews and talk about how great WWE is, talk about how great Stephanie McMahon is. If you have Ronda Rousey coming in and cheating and acting like a heel, which I think she'd enjoy more of, and we all would too, that doesn't translate as well to then going into interviews and being normal. Plus, I think if she goes with Charlotte, I feel like they're going to do a babyface. So a kind of Rock Cena thing. She's really popular. She's a big celebrity. And Charlotte's amazing. Clash.
So what you're saying is that rather than they're going to push her like a female Brock Lesnar, they're going to push her like a female Roman Reigns. Where it's just, she's a baby. I don't care if you're booing her. She's a baby face, and she is doing baby face things.
I don't know if people will boo her, though. I think people will be like light cheers, but largely with a smattering of indifference.
Oh, I don't think there'll be any indifference towards her. I think because she is such a genuine, like, you know, what's the word I'm after? Not multimedia megastar, but
you saw what Coachman said.
What did
Her appeal was over ages ago when she lost to Holly Holm.
That's right, yeah.
Great call, Coach.
Great call, Coach. No, mainstream appeal, that's what I'm after. She is a mainstream star, so she will get a reaction. Whether it's positive or negative, like, remains to be seen. She's got a great reaction at Philadelphia, but it's a debut and it's a surprise. So you're almost bound to get a great reaction from that.
It was a confused reaction, though. It was like, oh, it's Ronda Rousey. No,
her immediate reaction was good, though. Unfortunately,
but that, like you said, that was surprise. But
a problem is what they did afterwards was nothing really to cheer about, because she just sort of pointed. I think people were waiting for her to do something, and she didn't. She just pointed at signs. If she'd done something, if she got physical with Charlotte, if she got physical with Alexa Bliss, if she got physical with Stephanie McMahon, that would have generated a reaction. But people were just waiting for her to do something, and she didn't do anything. She just pointed.
If imagine how much better this would be if what she, looked at all the women in the ring and Asuka slapped her. Maybe they shouldn't have done that. I don't know. But Ronda gets out the ring, goes over to Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon goes to shake her hand, and then Ronda slaps Stephanie. That's how you get a babyface over. If you want to make her a babyface, have her attack. But Stephanie wasn't really a heel that night, though, was she?
I think she'll always be a heel in people's eyes.
Yeah, but like if you're just going by that night, she was just a normal person.
No, a normal person has inflection when they speak.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She was a nothing on that night, unfortunately. She was a void.
Regarding the finisher, I think it should be the point. So the opponent's dazed, WWE, what was it, WrestleMania No Mercy style. So they're just like sort of there flopping around, and then you point at their face, but it hits them like a really strong knockout blow.
So the finger poke of doom.
Yeah, but I think it would hit with the knuckles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe get a finger poke in the eye.
In a more serious answer, she'll have a submission move. I could see it more as like a triangle submission, maybe.
Yeah.
Because Asuka's got the armbar, and Shayna Baszler's using the choke at the moment, so I can imagine they'll give her some sort of maybe like a triangle hold, maybe even a leg lock, maybe something a bit different. And that can then, if you give her a leg lock, I can go against the figure eight from Charlotte as well, and do it as like a submission thing.
What was Roddy Piper's finisher?
The sleeper hold.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, but it's a bit too similar to Baszler then if you do it that way. So, yeah, I suppose you could do it that way, I guess. But they'll definitely play up on her MMA background and give her a submission thing. They'll call her like a submission. They'll come up with some gimmick for her. Like I think they call Shayna Baszler the submission magician. I think that's a thing.
That flows horribly.
What, submission magician?
Rural Jora. Have you ever seen that 30 Rock sketch?
No, I didn't watch 30 Rock.
Oh, it's very good. And there's a sketch where it's a movie called Rural Jora. And the joke is it's the worst name for anything because it's so hard to say, and yeah, that's funny. Very specific reference, and yeah, I think they will keep a Joan Jett entrance.
Oh, I think they've already paid for that.
Yeah, from what I've read, they had to get the rights at the Royal Rumble, so I imagine they'll have it for the foreseeable future, and it was probably part of her terms when she came in.
Yeah, and if you want to give her a different gimmick, if you don't want to do an MMA thing, make it like follow up on the pointing gimmick and just do her as like a Phoenix Wright parody.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just like objection, just do that.
Or just Funkasaurus. Another Patreon question here from John McBride of Frankenstein. He wants to know, after AJ Styles, if Shinsuke Nakamura does beat AJ Styles, who does he face after WrestleMania 34? Because he points out that Daniel Bryan, after he won at WrestleMania 30, he went into a feud with Kane. That fell very flat. So Nakamura needs a good program after WrestleMania. And he honestly doesn't know who should face him. Orton would be good, he says here, but he feels that might be same old. Maybe give a new guy a chance. Why not Mojo? Or a young heel a shot? Bobby Roode, if he's heel by then. I really feel like it'll end up being Ziggler or Baron Corbin. They need to build Shinsuke right, but I really don't think they will. It's disappointing, but they've done it so much it's really sad. I really hope they build him right. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. It's almost like he has a little crisis there at the end of the email. Maybe they do it. Maybe they do it good this time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
So yeah, I mean, I'd assume that they'll try and keep the program going with Styles, maybe until SummerSlam and do your SummerSlam rematch there. You don't have to do like them facing each other every pay-per-view, but do like at SummerSlam it's the WrestleMania rematch. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So you don't do... I mean, they've probably got 12 pay-per-views in between WrestleMania and SummerSlam, but you don't do it on any of those. I mean, for my money, I think I've said this quite a few times now, but my hope against hope, my all hope is going into after WrestleMania when if they do a superstar shake-up or some form of draft, that Balor goes to SmackDown with the Balor Club. And then you can insert Balor into that and have basically a three-way feud to kind of take you through most of the year. And that would be the best thing to do, because I've got the worry that it's going to be Orton. And that really does feel like the same old. Although Orton is like one of the most over guys on SmackDown, which is a much better option than Kane, are we salivating at the idea of a Nakamura-Orton feud?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've had some really good matches on TV. I can't remember. It was like Orton did something and Nakamura reversed it into an armbar. Was it an RKO into an armbar?
Might be something like that, yeah.
And there's a Kinshasa into the RKO. They could be good, but you're right. I would want that as sort of a one-off pay-per-view throwaway bit in the midst of a larger arc with a feud with someone else. I'm worried it's going to be AJ Styles for the next 4 months after Mania.
Yeah,
because Backlash or Payback, the pay-per-view after WrestleMania, they just repeat the same matches, and then there'll be a something else. And I hope they keep it special. Styles and Nakamura, that's a money program that you can, like you say, deploy it at your big 4 pay-per-views, and it feels like a bigger deal. And you don't get that if it's every month or every 3 weeks in the case of brand split pay-per-views. It's interesting because after WrestleMania, you've got the draft to play with. I've put down as a current SmackDown roster star, Sami Zayn. He's currently a heel. Him and Nakamura have history. They can put on bloody good matches. And it's a good first win. Because I don't want Nakamura to lose the belt the month after. So if Sami Zayn's in there, they can have really good matches that doesn't hurt either guy. I don't think anyone wants to see Zayn win the belt from Nakamura at that early stage, but just fighting for the title will elevate Zayn, and winning will make Nakamura feel more legit. So that
as
would be
long as Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon aren't involved.
Oh yeah, of course. You've got to insert the authority figures.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I do apologise. Because I feel that after SmackDown, Sami and Kevin are going back to Raw. I think that all of this is going to be building up to WrestleMania. My prediction at the moment is it's Shane and Randy versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If not Randy, then it's Daniel Bryan. If they can get Daniel Bryan healthy and they can get him cleared, then they'll do McMahon and Bryan versus. And with the stipulation of, if you lose, you're gone from SmackDown, and then they go back to Raw. That would be one way around it, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, Balor would be my number one pick, but if I had to pick someone from SmackDown at the moment, then that if you're ignoring my possible fantasy booking, then yeah, Sami Zayn would be quite a good option. But I mean, John makes a good point of kind of like trying to use this to elevate some new people, so you don't just always have the same people in the title picture. Someone like a Mojo, give him a shot. Not at a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series, but one of those B-show pay-per-views. If you really, I wouldn't do it first off. I would do it much later down the line. But if you actually give Mojo a little bit of momentum, that might actually build into a good match that will help elevate Mojo as well as Nakamura.
I disagree. I think Nakamura, you know what they say about the revolution is, you think, all the hard part is making the revolution happen. Incorrect. The hard part is following through on promises and making the revolution stick afterwards. I think that's going to be the case with Nakamura. You're going to have this build, and this is great. He's won the Rumble. Yes, we're there. But the story does not end at WrestleMania 34. If anything, that's where the real work begins, because there is a huge contingent of people who don't really see Nakamura as that engaging, as just an entrance. He can't cut promos in the English language, and they're put off by his Japanese, heritage. Yeah. So I think he's got to be a champion right out the gate. You can't have him facing Mojo Rawley.
No, do that much down the line.
Yeah, way down the line. But Baron Corbin, that would just be the kiss of death. Same with Dolph Ziggler. He needs legitimate competition to overcome, to just keep on building him to a good SummerSlam title defense.
Actually, maybe Randy's not the worst option.
Yeah. But if Bobby Roode turns heel on the SmackDown after Mania, that's your big angle, and Bobby Roode almost becomes Nakamura's Joker, as we were saying when Corey Graves talked about Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. That could be a really good battle of the entrances.
Nice. Thank you. I was going through every Batman rogue gallery I could then.
Croc. Bobby Croc. But draft picks. We think Lesnar's losing the title to Reigns. That's the story. And we think Nakamura's winning the title. What if Reigns goes to SmackDown and Nakamura goes to Raw?
I think you'll find that was my wild prediction for 2018.
Yeah. And then, a Nakamura Brock Lesnar feud. That gets me going.
Do you think Lesnar's sticking around?
Well, this is just
a fantasy booking scenario.
Yeah, fantasy booking. I don't think he's going back to MMA. He's too old now. I think he's got a good money deal in WWE. But yeah, he could go. But if I would really like to see a Lesnar Nakamura feud.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, because I think Lesnar would care about that. He does like wrestling, contrary to how he gives the impression of. And that AJ match, I think they could replicate something really special.
I think that'd be absolutely phenomenal. Although we are forgetting one of the most important names on SmackDown Live that we've yet to mention, Jinder Mahal.
Oh my God, of course!
A former WWE champion who can go with the storyline. I've already beaten you once for that championship when I was champion. Remember that? Let's start that program again. By the way, I've got more things to say about your accent. I think Jinder's going to get drafted to Raw after WrestleMania.
What? Challenge Roman for the Universal title?
Could do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, he'll be stuck in the mid card, but I think that Jinder has done everything he can on SmackDown Live. I'd say move him over to Raw. Maybe that will help.
On that optimistic note, shall we wrap things up?
Oh, maybe we should.
Please click the videos that have just appeared on our laps to catch up with the latest WrestleTalk news or WrestleRamble. Subscribe to this channel and please support WrestleTalk on Patreon. This has been Luke Owen. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was Rambling.